What's up, YouTube? Capital G here. Alright, so there's this speculated OCG March ban list that's buzzing on Facebook right now. Now, here's the interesting thing. There are no scans of the actual list itself. However, there are apparently scans of the V-Jump itself. So, little conflicted as to what I should believe and how much I should completely buy into this list. Now, here's what we do know. The V-Jump is scheduled to be released on the 21st of this month. I don't believe that ever changes. However, you look at previous ban lists, I mean, hell, let's just take the last one, the September list that we're playing under right now. Why that V-Jump wasn't supposed to be released until the 21st, Satoshi Kato's friend leaked the list 100% accurately on the 11th. I mean, hell, it was on my YouTube channel on the 11th. That's 10 days before the V-Jump is supposed to come out. So for anyone thinking that the list won't actually be out there, nah. I'm telling you, the list is out there in some form somewhere. Whether we want to believe it or not, I don't know about that. Remember that last March with the Trishula and Spore Band in the cosplay? No one wanted to believe that shit. And then it came out to be real and people were jumping off the buildings and all types of stuff. So, I'll say, guys, use your discretion. I'm just going to talk about this list. Whether it ends up being real or not is, I mean, I guess that's just up to the Yu-Gi-Oh gods. But, you know, whether or not it's real, I still feel like, I mean, hell, we can speculate, we can discuss. We're all adults here. We're smart players. All right, so, and I'll go over this quickly because I don't want to dig too deep on it ends up being fake or whatever. All right, it has banned Gateway of the Six and Ultimate Offering. I like both of those bans. Gateway is an auto win card. Like, if you go first and activate Gateway, like, how do you lose? I mean, so you net, especially with Shadow, you net so much advantage with Shadow, Invoker, and just all the stupid plays that the deck has. That card needs to be gone. Ultimate Offering, I just see it as, like, how can you play it skillfully? It's just like an OTK card with Madoches and Gadgets and Shockmasters and stuff. Limited, Rescue Rabbit, Deep Sea Diva, Tour Guide from the Underworld, Wind Up Factory, Drag Down to the Grave, Solemn Warning, Goyo Guardian. Oh my goodness. Troll face. Konami, troll face. Rabbit, I mean, that pretty much kills Macro Rabbit, but it really doesn't, like, it doesn't hurt the Fire Fist and the Verse that much. I mean, they'll still tech the one copy, obviously. You know, I don't see those decks going anywhere. Diva obviously limits the Mermail plays, but it keeps the deck still very, very playable. You know, the deck is still new, so it's not like they were going to hit any of the Mermail cards. Probably not even like the Atlantean cards, so like one or anything. Tour Guide needs to be done. I think everybody hates that card. Wind Up Factory, C Block Whirlwind. Drag Down into the Grave. Everybody hates this card. I think everybody hates cards that let you see your opponent's entire hand. This card is so god-awful to design. I just hate it. Solemn Warning. This is interesting. Like I said, I mean, whoever draws that Solemn Warning first is gonna just be in a huge advantageous position. And then Goyo Guardian. I can't really advocate Goyo coming back because of his fucking 2800 attack. I mean, he could attack over Gores, but I will say it'll definitely be fun. Semi-limited. Chaos Sorcerer, Wind Up Magician, Plaguespreader Zombie, Lonefire Blossom, MST, Fire Formation Tenki, Book of Moon, Legendary Samurai Shi En. Chaos Sorcerer really doesn't really have that much of an effect. Wind Up Magician is good. You know, under this list, you only have one Wind Up Factory, so it's going to be difficult to search it. And then just the odds of opening Magician Shark are like severely hindered under this list because, you know, you can't really search for the cards. If you do, it's going to take you a while. Plaguespreader, I'm always okay with that. Either Plaguespreader or Mizuki, anything to give zombies a boost. Lonefire Blossom, I said that this card could go to 3. Maybe it shouldn't go all to once, but, you know, I slowly feel like Lonefire is probably going to go to 3. Mystical Space Typhoon to 2 is very good for the game. It slows the pace down. You know, it's just the less MSTs, the less just blind MSTing and then putting all your cards on the board and trying to wreck your opponent. Fire Formation Tenki is that card is going to eventually be at 1, I think. Like, this shit is like Rhoda. And I say that not because it searches the Fire Fist monsters. It's because of Bear and the other monsters that let you throw your Fire Fist Tenki at your opponent and blow something up. I mean, this card is just nuts, you know. Well, you know, semi-limited might be like a good place for this card. Book of Moon is cool. You know, it does slow down the format a little bit. 3 Book of Moon would just be like everything that, you know, you try and do just gets booked. And then Legendary 6 Samurai Shi En, you know, I actually think that this makes Samurai a very, very viable deck in this format, especially when you combine the fact that, you know, the deck can go 5 and 6s easily. Goyo's back, Shin's at 2. You know, yeah, they lost Gateway, but they can easily just play, you know, max copies of double-edged sword technique, and then you get 2 Sheens on board. It's like, fuck, you won't be using spells or traps to beat your opponent, period. All right, and then the no longer limited Kalut, Lumina, Tsukiyumi, Scapegoat, Smoke Signal. Kalut, way overdue. I mean, if it was me, I'd have Kalut and Whirlwind at 3. Lumina, again, this is showing the trend of Lightsworns just slowly getting their pieces back. I think Blackwings are going to be that next deck that just slowly gets all of its cards back, and then Konami's like, well, let's see how it does. Because outside of Honest, this would completely restore Lightsworn. Tsukiyumi has no effect. Scapegoat, it doesn't really slow the game down in my opinion. All it does is just help burn. And then Smoke Signal. I mean, I don't know. Putting Shi En to 2 and Smoke Signal at 3 in the same list is just, that's like asking for trouble in my opinion, even if you did ban Gateway. So, I mean, off the top of my head, I think that this would be a fantastic list. I think the top decks of the format would obviously be Fire Fist, Mermail, the Verse. I see Samurai as no lower than 1.5 because, you know, they've got Goyo back, 2 Shi Ens, plus 3 copies of Smoke Signal. The deck is going to be mad consistent. And maybe Blackwings because, you know, 3 Kaluts plus Blizzard is no longer like a shitty card because you got your 1-card Goyo. So, you know, let me know what you guys think of this list. I don't know whether it's fake or, you know, true or whatever. Don't blame me. I'm just the messenger. I'm just talking about if the list is real. It might not be. Talk to you guys later. Thank you for watching, as always.